until showtime. Showtime.
And you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with ZeldaSpeaks. Tuesdays, Self-Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naima Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on Relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution.
Grand Rising, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, ZeldaSpeaks, the stressologist. Any stress in your life? Well, most of us do. Unfortunately, we don't know what to do with that stress, especially as it relates to worry. I was once a worried about everything, and I finally figured it out with some training. Yeah, I've been certified with the American Society of Training and Development, National Speakers Association, and a host of others. But none of those organizations helped me stop worrying. They just gave me validation for the public to see what credentials I have. So the credentials I have now are from life experience, and I've learned how not to worry. And you can learn how not to worry too, because it is indoctrinated in us to worry. We don't have the answers, so we think the worst is going to happen. Well, I got a solution to that. And that is the Worry Workshop. So I'm going to pull that up for you on my blog. Why do you worry when you don't have to? Go to my blog, ZeldaSpeaks, WordPress.com, and you can sign up right there and find out how you. And remember, sharing is caring. If you care about yourself and your loved ones, help them see their way out of a mess. Give them the gift. It makes a great birthday gift. It makes a great holiday gift. So instead of running to the store getting something that they really might not need, give them a worry-free life. Give them the gift of a worry-free existence. And thanks for sharing. Make it a great day.
Don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with ZeldaSpeaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, the Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure to send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress-relief coach, ZeldaSpeaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moments with us today. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with ZeldaSpeaks. Make it a mindful day. Thanks for listening.
Grand Rising, and thank Thank you so much for joining me the first Monday in May. We made it to the spring. Somebody didn't wake up this morning, honey, so we got a whole lot to be grateful for. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. It is Monday, May 1st, 2023, in the land of the living. And it is a great day to be alive. It's going to be a little funky outside today, but we don't care because we all up in here with Monday Morning Mindfulness. And we're just here to start your day off with the mindfulness stress relief session coming up live at 7:15 a.m. But right now, happy Earth Day, birthday, born day. If you're celebrating a birthday, we're celebrating it with you because you're the first day of the month of May. And we just want to celebrate with you. And thank you so much for joining us. Let us always keep in prayer those who are affected by all this drama, all this craziness going on in the world. Honey, you have to stay prayed up because if you know what I know, and I know you know because you listen to the show, yeah. And we will lift you up in prayer this morning for all the sick, the shut in, the incarcerated, the non-believers, and those who have just given up hope. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're here on this planet for a reason, because otherwise you wouldn't have woke up this morning. So that means you got work to do. And no, we don't always want to do the work, but we ask for guidance and direction. And somehow we always make it through. Hallelujah. Today's news, I don't report bad news, but I do report things that affect us from the news. And that is the mayor's office asked the governor of Texas to stop sending immigrants to the state of Illinois, to Chicago specifically. Of course, he hasn't acknowledged anything, but over 8,000 people have already arrived here in Chicago. And my concern is you can find housing for these 8,000 people. Okay, well, what about the 8,000 residents who live here who are living on the ground? Well, something ain't right with that. I don't know. What you think? Let me know in the comments. And type in what city, state, or country that you're watching from. But if you're in Chicago, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you watch TV, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we welcome everyone, but we want to take care of our own too. So I said that to say all this. Keep the homeless in prayer because the homeless get less attention than immigrants do. Today's show with Brother Lionel Abdul Haqq, founder of Community Cultivations. He will be joining us in the 7:30 hour. And we're talking about it. We are talking about it. What is the difference? I should say not the difference, but what does Jerry Springer and Forrest Gump have in common? Well, you know, Jerry Springer made his transition over the weekend, and he is no longer with us. And his name, Harry Belafonte, he made his transition as well. Day-o, daylight come and she wanna go home. Well, a lot of people went home this weekend. Are you laughing at me, Tony? Tony always tell me I can't sing. Well, I can't sing, so what? Somebody got to not be able to sing. Might as well be me, right? I don't care. Hello. And speaking of homegoings, Miss Faye don't play. Who was that? That's Troi Tyler's mom. Miss Faye June DeShazo, her memorial this weekend. It was a private ceremony. She didn't want the public because the public wouldn't have been able to fit in anyway. But it was very touching, very warm. She lived to be 83, I think it was. Can I show you the obituary? There she is, Miss Faye DeShazo. That it was Troy's mom. And this is a picture of her and Troy on the back. And on the back of that, someone at the funeral, at the memorial, I should say, made a statement. And I borrowed that statement because I just thought it was so profound. I was like, wow, okay. So I said I'm going to share that on Monday Morning Mindfulness. And I think it would be a little more convincing. Not convincing, you know, we're just used to I'm a visual learner. I'll put it like that. So if you go to YouTube and type in see this right here, @Inspirational Conversations. Now you have to put an @ before everything. And then when you get to it, just click on it. This is it. So subscribe while you're there. Yeah. So Inspirational Conversations, and you'll see a picture of the book, Inspirational Conversations. And so I made one from this saying that someone said at the memorial. So I want you to enjoy this morning. Turn it up so you can hear it. And there she goes. Once she stops catching up to speed there. In the meantime, give me a little sip of coffee. You don't want to show, girlfriend? I want people to see this. It was so profound. Oh, hit the play button. That might help, huh, Zelda? Okay, here we go.
It is me I want to be proud of and satisfied.
And that was my cousin, Marva Jolly, who made her transition, I think about 5 years ago. It's been a minute, but get out of it. Number one, I had to share that because it was just so profound. If you want to see it again, just go back to my YouTube channel, @Inspirational Conversations, and that's inspirational with the N. There's no I. Inspirational. Okay. All right. I just thought I'd share that with you. If you're listening online and you'd like to comment, we'd love to hear and see your comments. You can call in at 515 after the 7:30 break. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. And if you're on a social media platform, send us a shout out. Need to know where you at. Facebook and YouTube, Higher Learning TV Show. That's where we are. And on Instagram, I have 2. Don't ask me how that happened. ZeldaSpeaks, the number 2 and the letter U. And then there's another one. Don't ask me how that happened because I don't know. ZeldaSpeaks, the number 2 and ME. ZeldaSpeaks to me. So there's 2 of them there. And be sure and check out my blog, ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. If you are headed out and about this morning, you know it's the usual Monday morning mindfulness. So, don't be disappointed that there is always traffic, because there is always traffic. And as long as you are headed out and about, I always say if you have to leave, just put the headphones in your ear, the wired, not the wireless, because that's eating up your brain. But they ain't gonna tell you that because they want you to go to the hospital, ENT, all that. Anywho, I digress. It's time for your traffic as we take a look at the traffic, which is sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. If you are a business owner or entrepreneur and you have products or services to sell, then you need to be a part of iTex, because with iTex, you can buy anything you buy at Target, what you call it, Walmart, Kmart, Home Depot, anything you can buy for businesses or for a person. We bought a car, we bought a truck, we bought equipment, we bought everything. It's like it's the best kept secret. So it's not a secret anymore because you know. So be sure and tell somebody. Go to shop itex.com. And as we take a look at the traffic, know that it's going to take you a little extra time this morning because it is Monday morning madness on the expressway. If you think I am kidding, listen to these travel times. Here we go. Yep. That's what we're here on the expressway. Gloomy and cloudy, light rain today, rainy on and off all day, even into the evening hours, and temperatures are well below our average. May 1st is usually 65 degrees. It's only 45 today, up to 52. And wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. I'm not complaining because we're here to feel it. We can always guard ourselves. Okay. No reported delays on CTA or Metro, but inbound on the Kennedy is an hour and 10 minutes already. You already know. And it's 38 minutes out. So if you headed to the expressway, you got a flight, you should have left yesterday. Anyway, on the Edens inbound, it is 30 in, 31 on the reverse. On the Eisenhower, it's 47 minutes in, 28 on the reverse. It's slow at Manheim. And then again at Sacramento. Oh, the Stevenson, it's heavy this morning, 45 minutes in, slow. Expect gapers delays on the outbound. It's 30. On the Dan Ryan inbound, it is 22, slow from 95th. Your usual delays to 35th, and 11 minutes outbound. At Hermitage and Persian Road, there's a delay due to an accident there. On the Bishop Ford, 15 in, 17 out. And on the DuSable Lakeshore Drive, it is 9 minutes in and 12 minutes on the reverse. And that's your traffic and weather, sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. If you would like to join and go shopping immediately, you simply type in, when you go to iTex, when you go to this website, type in a promo code ZELDA, Z-E-L-D-A. Always giving thanks to those who came before me in the business of radio, who made my way possible. And you'll type that Zelda in, and you'll get $100 to go shopping immediately, just because you use my name. What a blessing. You bless me with your presence, and I bless you with gifts. Hallelujah. Be sure and set those DVRs for Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on channel 19, 24/7 on the World Wide Web. And while you're there on our YouTube channel, thank you very much. Be sure and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Oh, and while you're at it, if you know someone who is having challenges with their eating issues, you may be a diabetic, low energy, don't feel like doing nothing. That could be a sign that something's a little off balance. I'm not going to say wrong, but something that's off balance, because when we're out of balance, we have a tendency to not feel good. And we want to feel good, and we want you to feel good. So keep that in mind, to go to diabeticdonut.com. It is a free ebook. You can download it. And I share my story of how I reversed type 2 diabetes and how you can do it too. It is not that hard. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay. And one of the things that I found out is that it's not as hard. It's not as hard as you think it is. We have this conditioning in our mind that anything that is healthy for us is somehow going to be difficult. Now, it is not that difficult, because if I am Miss Sweet Potato Pie, German chocolate cake, butter cookies. If I can go from eating the whole thing to just one or two from the whole pie, I'm just gonna be honest. If I can go from eating the whole pie, because I eat the whole pie in 2 days. If I can reverse type 2 diabetes, you can too. So just know that. So don't give up on yourself, and get your numbers checked, because diabetes is killing Black folks left and right. And it's just because we don't check our numbers sometimes. So know your numbers, know what your blood pressure is, your cholesterol levels, your temperature. You need to know all of that. You don't have to go to the doctor for that. Research, you know how to do it until you can get to the doctor, because it's a 2-month wait to go to any doctor. Ask me how I know. Okay. Anyway, so go to diabeticdonut.com. And it is time for your Monday morning mindfulness meditation that is sent to me every day. Bless his heart, from Mike House. And it's so small today, I can't even see it, but I'm going to try and read it to you. I am who I am. Monday, May 1st. It is Monday morning mindfulness. To protect ourselves, we often hide our true feelings. We wear masks, yes, we do, to cover up our seemingly vulnerable, I can't even say the word vulnerability. Our authenticity is not a weakness, but a strength. Opening ourselves up emotionally does not render us powerless. Instead, it makes us more transparent, more egoless, more living, more loving, more powerful, and more able to evolve spiritually. We are powerful beings. Our self awareness increases in our community and in our world. When we embrace this knowledge of who we are, we cannot be offended. No one can diminish our feelings. Nothing can take away our joy. I am who I am. I am powerful. I am awakened by and with the light and love of God in me. I am peaceful. I am joyful. I know who I am. I am the best me possible. Thank you, power in me, through me, as me, around me, and through the Christ within. And so it is. And that's your Monday Morning Mindfulness from Mike House. If you would like to be included in Monday Morning Mindfulness, you simply text Monday Morning Mindfulness. If you want to get that, text Monday Morning Mindfulness to 219-699-2114 for updates. And we'll include you in the monthly subscription as well. Okie dokie. And now it is time for your Monday Morning Mindfulness meditation. Are you ready for Monday Morning Mindfulness meditation, Tony?
Yeah.
All right. He's going to join us today. Bless your heart. It is now time for you to sit back, relax, get comfortable. Nothing in your hands, nothing in your lap. And just get comfortable. Because this is where we do our breathing exercise. He knows. Breathe in through the nose. Hold it. And when you let it out, let's get some vibrations going on here. Like a hum, not a growl, but a hum. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And let it out through the mouth. And as you are breathing in and out, giving thanks for the power of the breath, because someone somewhere is not as lucky as you. They cannot breathe on their own. And look at you, breathing all on your own. No pump, no trachea, none of that. You got work to do, so let's do it. Your breath is your first line of defense. And your mind will have a tendency to wander, and that's okay, because when you hear this, you simply take another deep breath and breathe in. So let's do it together. Inhale deeply. And bring those arms up and just stretch. Giving thanks for movement, for mobility. When you become a senior, honey, you will understand. You may not understand that right now, but you will. Just keep living. Just stretch and stretch and turn. And this is what I do. Inhale. I got a high back chair, so yeah, bring them organs out on the inside. Yeah, just stretch. Wherever you are, just do the same thing. Just stretch. It's movement, that's all. All part of the stretching process. And if you got some nature in your house, I hope you do, send it some love, because nature loves you and it's waiting on you. That's why I keep my plants. These are my babies. I don't even know the name of it. Monstera or something like that. But anyway, smells good, looks good. You need some nature in your house. If you don't have some, go get some. If you only go get some dirt, do that. But we want you to get some plants. Anyways, turn around. I digress. Stretch and stretch and stretch. And stretch again. And stretch again. Just move and just close your eyes and inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. Giving thanks for the power of the breath as you inhale. Inhale again. Inhale deeply. Bringing that breath all the way to the top of the head, down through the forehead and the face, and landing on the shoulders. This is where I carry all the tension in my body, in my shoulders. So I'm always trying to remind myself to move those shoulders, rotate those shoulders, giving thanks for those shoulders. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more. Bringing the power of the breath down through the solar plexus and the sides and the back and the buttocks and the thighs as we breathe in and breathe out. Doesn't matter if we're breathing together as long as you are breathing and not looking at me, but the inside of your eyelids. Inhale deeply. Sending more love, light, and energy down through the knees. Yes, baby, love those knees. They are feeling so good. I am loving you, feeling like walking a little bit today. Hallelujah. Inhale deeply. Giving thanks to my physical therapist, Khalil Fogarty, and Sabrina at the front desk, and Pedro, all the good people who help us senior citizens when we have issues and we need physical therapy. I am so grateful to be a part of a team that cares for my well-being and shows it as we breathe in. As we breathe out, sending more love, light, and energy down through the legs and the ankles and the arches and the insteps and the toes. Yes, inhale deeply. Sending more love, light, and energy back up through the toes. Wiggle those toes. Yes, send that energy on back. Send it back up. Inhale deeply. Bringing the energy from the toes back through the ankles and the arches and the legs and the knees and the thighs and the hips as we inhale. And as we blow it out, giving thanks for more energy. As we tap into the power that is within, as we tap into the Creator, we bring the energy of the breath back up through the solar plexus and the arms and the shoulders, and we give thanks that we are at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing as we breathe in. Hold it. And blow it out. And just being still and just being quiet and observing what your body is saying to you as you prepare for the day. Dr. Maya Angelou says, before you face the day, face the spirit that is within you, because it is the power of your breath and the power of your mind that will keep you from chaos and confusion during the course of the day when you are bombarded with negativity or pressure of any kind. That's why we continue to inhale deeply. Bringing that energy back up from the solar plexus to the back of the neck. And I take these two fingers and this thumb and squeeze that vagus nerve. Send it some love so we can send the rest of your spine and the rest of your body love, light, and energy. And take these fingers and massage. This is where I hold my attention. Massage the back of the shoulders, the neck. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Put a little pressure on it. Oh, yes, Lord, that feels good. And if you want to knead it with your fingers like this, put a little pressure on it. Oh, yes, that feels so good. Inhale deeply. And blow it out. Exhale. Take one more long, last deep inhale. Bringing the power of the breath back up through the shoulders and the face and to the top of the forehead, to the chakras, as we give thanks for the power of the breath. That we are always in alignment with that which is guiding, guarding, and directing us as we breathe in and as we blow it out. Let us take one long, last deep inhale. And as you blow it out, look to your left as far as you possibly can. Do you feel that stretch in the right side of your neck? Yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? Just enjoy that stretch. Yeah, that feels good. And bring the head back forward. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And turn your head to the right as far as you possibly can. Feeling the stretch in the left side of your neck. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Oh, yes, that feels good. Head back forward. Let's take one long, last deep inhale deeply. And let's blow it out. You, my friend, have just activated the happiness gene. Yeah. See, you just told your body with the process of your mind that you sent it love, light, and energy, and it is responding. And you wonder why you walk around feeling good all day. Because you activated the happiness gene. What should we expect? Okay. So you be sure and share that with someone, because somebody somewhere needs their happiness gene activated too. Okay. So that's what we do here on Monday Morning Mindfulness. And I ask you to share that with someone. And go to my YouTube page and like and subscribe it to ZeldaSpeaks. So what's my YouTube page? I have to think about it for a minute. ZeldaSpeaks. Shut up, Tony. I'm a senior. What can I say? I have a tendency to forget things sometimes. But I didn't forget this. I didn't forget about the folks who make my way possible, who give my life meaning. So I want to share with you. I want to know, first of all, what it is that you do to help someone other than yourself. What do you do? Well, this is what we do here at the Higher Learning Network. We help those who need help until they can help themselves. And what is that? That's helping the homeless. And we every Thursday we go over to Tent City on Des Plaines Avenue, right next to Taylor Street, the BP gas station, between Taylor and Roosevelt. Thank you, honey. And this is what we. All righty, it is Thankful Thursday, and it's that time again. We need some men choppers. All right on, please. Can you help get this food and take this food in there, please? Thank you so much. All those boxes.
Anyway, can you help me with like just a couple of boxes?
Let's get the food done first. Can we do that first, please?
Second, get the food done. I got you.
Okay, get that. Take the. That's light. That's real. And I don't want you getting a hurry.
All of this?
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Wherever you put it over there.
I'm the move all of that stuff.
Yeah.
These mans don't clean up here.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I do everything.
Bless your heart.
Hey, you drop a nickel on the floor. Yeah. You drop the nickel on the floor, so get it.
So as you can see,
How you doing, man?
I just brought some. What I did.
You see it? Right there, baby.
People are getting younger and younger. There's plenty of peanut butter. I don't know what that is. Oh, no, that's not us. Somebody else. The lady was asking for some milk. I got some. And why we do it? Because my little brother Douglas Robinson was murdered over there, and I had no idea that there was so much homelessness in the city of Chicago. I know now because we go over there, and the people are getting younger and younger and younger. I'm like, where are these teens coming from? Good Lord, where are these young people coming from? So much chaos and confusion going on in the world. So, there's not a lot of. Sometimes it's not a lot of love at home. So you got to go where you can get love. And if that's on the street, then that's where you go. So that's why we do what we do. And we are always, the food is sponsored. The food is donated by EAA Chicago, where I have been volunteering for the last 30 plus years. And they are grateful. I told them about my plight, and they said, sure, you could take food. So I take food, every couple of boxes of food every week. And then they're always in need of butane and heaters and things of that nature. So we designed a way for Monday Morning Mindfulness to offer you the opportunity to get some t-shirts, and they're tax deductible. Meditate to activate. Love that. That's my favorite one. Inhale wealth, exhale faith, inhale affirmations, exhale negative self-talk. I mean, there's a lot of them. So just go to the website, and that's what the back of the shirt looks like, higherlearningnetwork.org. So just go to the website, higherlearningnetwork.org, and you'll see it. But in the meantime, it's 7:34. You know I have a tendency to talk. Let me take our next commercial break, and we'll be back with Brother Lionel Abdul Haqq of Community Cultivations, and we're going to talk about what does Jerry Springer and the movie Forrest Gump have in common. Stay close. We'll be right back.
What if you could live to be 120 years old and remain active, healthy, alert, and vibrant? Our bodies are made up of cells that are constantly rejuvenating. So if we take proper care of ourselves, we can literally defy aging. Join us every Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to learn about self-care from Tucson Essentials on the Female Solution Blog Talk Radio Show. Learn how to help your body and yourself feel rejuvenated each day through proper nutrition, sleep, frequency medicine, and many unconventional methods of self-care. I'm Jody Tucson. Join me and my amazing guests by calling in at 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. We'll help you achieve a breakthrough in your health today.
Are you constantly arguing with yourself? Are your children with their living and acting out? Someone in your family eating drugs? Have you been victim of domestic violence? Are you grieving in your loss of a loved one? Let us help you restore serenity to your life. At Serenity Family Social Services, we understand that good mental health is a result of emotional well-being. Our goal is to assist you and your family in removing emotional distress and restoring harmony and balance to your lives. We offer individual, couples, and family counseling. I'm Howard Williams, CEO of Serenity Family Social Services. Call us today at 312-315-4820. That's 312-315-4820.
Do you want to live in a world without war? Join our global peace movement. Having culture, world peace, restoration of life, transcend culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWPL is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. I'm Director Kim of HWPL Chicago branch of North America. Join us for our next gathering. Call 773-580-1501 and be a part of the movement for world peace. Email us at chicagohwpl@gmail.com.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution and the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19 and 24/7 on the World Wide Web. It is now time for me to bring to you the introduce our very own founder of Community Cultivations, and that will be Lionel Abdul Haqq. And we will be bringing him on, and we will be discussing what does the late Jerry Springer and the movie Forrest Gump have in common? How did we come up with that one? That's a good question. Forrest, run. Run, Forrest, run. So we're going to let Lionel Abdul Haqq tell us exactly how this came about. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show our very own monthly contributor, Lionel Abdul Haqq of Community Cultivations. And I went to the line. The line is open. Are you there, Lionel? Welcome to the show. Oops, and thank you for being a part of the show. It is always refreshing to have a conversation, to have a conversation with a thinker, because not everybody thinks. They have brains, but they don't use them to think. So I know that sounds crazy, right? But to take a little, have some insight into this conversation. We were talking yesterday, Lionel, but I need you to share with the audience how this thought came about to do the comparison with Jerry Springer in the movie Forrest Gump.
Well, because it's Mother's Day and you're coming out, and I want to make some kind of a contribution to the cultural influence and significance of Mother's Day, as well as Memorial Day coming up. Before I get back to talk with you guys again. And so we were focused on that, and the news of Jerry Springer's passing became prominent in the news, and there was a lot of fanfare and celebration of his career. And the Jerry Springer show, much like Forrest Gump and others, are part of a cultural, or so-called culture, I say up culture, OCCULTURE. That what we have been subjected to in the modern world is a satanic demoralization and dehumanization process through the images that we have received and the examples that those images set forth. Separating us from fundamental natural human character and giving us over to images, ideas, behavior that become habitual as we exercise and practice them with emotional enthusiasm coupled with physical action. This is what is called behavior modification processes that we have known, that the world has known about, and have gained a great deal of insight and experience with as a result of the triangular slave trade that really was aimed at dehumanizing African people of African descent, anybody who was not a Caucasian or white, so-called white person. So the programming that is being fostered in Western society is based on a willful effort to dehumanize. And Forrest Gump, by contrast, was a very humanizing story. The image, the character of Forrest Gump was a breath of fresh air, actually, in terms of the kind of programming that usually goes out over the airwaves. So that is the comparison that I was making, and it seems very appropriate to associate them to the two of them in this discussion.
Absolutely. I agree 100% because I remember back in the day when Jerry Springer first came out, and I'm thinking to myself, why is everybody on the show arguing, fighting? There's nothing civil about it. Oprah tried to come in and change it around, but she was the only one. But it's like you said, it's
before Jerry Springer.
Yeah, yeah, she was before. But go ahead.
Absolutely, and what we another part of what we talked about is that before any of them became popular, before any of these talk shows on TV and so forth became popular, in 1977 or 79, I believe, maybe the one 79. Imam Haqq Muhammad, who was appointed the leader of the Muslim community after the passing of his father, the late Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in 1975, he initiated a program called a community outreach program.
Mm-hmm.
And a big part of it was these, that we would invite people to come to a school or to a church or to some organizational building, the NAACP, Operation Push. We would invite members of those groups to participate in a panel discussion, a community discussion, where we would talk about certain issues, drug abuse, teenage pregnancy, whatever. And we would have each of these experts or community leaders contribute to this discussion. And we would try to organize the community after the discussion to address those issues on an ongoing basis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was starting to get pretty popular. We had, and this was because the community was nationwide, that we had members of organizations all over the country. We were able to put this package out as a standard, and all of the ministers and imams would execute these programs. Not all of them did, but a lot of them. In any case, it became popular, and I think this is where the format for the television talk shows came into being as a counterintelligence program to undermine what we were doing in the community. By taking it out of the community and putting it on television, we gave people an opportunity to get the same kind of basic interaction on subject matter without having to leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Oprah, there was a number of other ones that came along and was doing pretty much the same thing for a while, and then it shifted into talking about movies, talking about the personal issues of personalities, and it degenerated from the high levels of Phil Donahue and Oprah, and then came Jerry Springer. and the influence of what Jerry Springer represented was clearly the foundation of most of the television programming that was in general given the name of the boob tube, gave the TV the name of the boob tube, because it was designed to make you very, very foolish.
Mm.
And Jerry Springer took the talk show format to the very bottom of civil discourse. Instead of trying to solve problems, they were trying to create situations where people demonstrated the very worst character imaginable, and they incited this kind of thing. They encouraged this kind of thing, and they broadcasted nationwide to a very population of people who had already been dumbed down and made very ready for this kind of degenerate social behavior. And it became more and more popular as a result, and so has that behavior in terms of its mindset carried over into the public life. The recent shooting of this family, because the guy came out and told him he was trying to put his baby to sleep, and he wanted him to stop shooting his gun. He came in and shot the whole family.
Yeah.
Shot up the whole family. This kind kind of, this is Jerry Springer mentality.
Yes.
What we see going on out here.
Yes.
This is the Jerry Springer mentality that Jerry Springer ran was on that for more than 20 years.
Yes. Yes.
So this is a programming that you see being acted out in reality.
Yes.
However, in contrast, Forrest Gump was a totally different perspective. It was a more humane, more just, person who was interested in social issues, social justice, and inspired other people to do likewise.
Yep. Yep. They feel right in line.
Yeah. So programming is real. And the people who, anything that comes up that may guide people in the right direction, counterintelligence programs like the ones that came against the Black Panther Party, the Muslim community, NAACP, Dr. Martin Luther King, even jazz music was subject to this kind of COINTELPRO counterintelligence program to demoralize and take it into a different direction.
And they did an excellent job of it because, like you said, that this is what we are seeing and experiencing right now because there is so much chaos and confusion going on in the world. It's just nobody breathes. Nobody takes deep breath before they speak. It's like it's my way or the highway. You know, forget about what you said. And that,
well, yeah, I mean, and it's just no respect.
None whatsoever.
No respect.
None.
The whole concept is just like what Donald Trump represents. When you debate Donald Trump, you better have some kind of rubber suit because you're gonna spin all kind of garbage. and that is the Jerry Springer mentality.
Yes. Yes.
What you see in the name calling and the insults and the petty superficial head snapping, finger snapping, head rolling mentality. This is all Jerry Springer.
Yes, it is.
This is all the same disrespect. I don't even hear you. Talk to the hand mentality. I'm not even listening to you. That kind of mentality is where Jerry Springer has taken us.
You're absolutely right.
It's not by accident.
It's by divine. They playing this. Go ahead. They playing this. This has been since conception of television. Yeah.
This is social programming.
Yes.
This is the mind. The character John Wick. In the movie character. This, you talk about killing? The Terminator has nothing on John Wick.
Okay.
John Wick starts killing from the time he opens his eyes in the morning to the time he closes his eyes. From the time the movie starts to the time the movie ends, it is just one killing situation after another. Glorifying murder, outright assassinating of people. This is where we are. So what do you expect the people to do who look to these people as the stars that guide their lives?
And those stars are being used just like anyone else in the entertainment industry to continue moving their agenda forward. And we can't see that because we're so...
That's the only value they have to them. They don't really value people. Period.
No.
They want the only value you have is how they can use it.
Right.
To fulfill their objectives. As long as you're willing to do whatever they say. To play any cat. Don't even think about it. Just do it. That's the mentality. And you will be rewarded materially and the idea of being a star in Hollywood, having your name on the Walk of Fame of Hollywood, is basically the epitome of this world's ideal.
The ultimate goal. That's what they want you to do. You know, I look at.
And it's not,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, it brought us to where we are.
Exactly. I look at. I was looking at the Sherry Shepherd show and the Jennifer Hudson show last week, and it dawned on me when I see after the guests leave at the end of the show, they have these segments where they have products where they show us, you know, what's available for 90% off. And I said, they are pimping these young girls and they don't even know it. And then again, they might know it and just don't care. But that is, yeah, as long as they get a piece, and their name is out there, which keeps them in the public eye. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just pointing out the facts of how this entertainment industry is run. So you think they're doing it for the good of you. And of course, you know, you need your, as the children say, you need your coin. So you got to get busy. You got to do what you got to do. But you have to keep in mind that their purpose is not to promote you, is to use you as a vehicle to promote whatever their agenda is. And that agenda has been programming since the beginning of time. I remember when I wrote my first book, The Passion Principles, Pathways to Purpose, Power, and Profit. And I talk in the second chapter, that's exactly what I talk about, is programming. And do you know the Chicago Public Library? Are you ready for this? So you want your books in the library, right? I go to the library unexpectedly, and I'm looking to see what section my book is in, because I wanted it to be in, I can't remember the exact category, but it's something to do with mental health or health and well-being, as they call it now. And it was in the what section? It was in the occult, OCCULT. It was in the occult section. And I'm thinking to myself, why is it in this session when people need to know that they're being programmed? It's because they don't want them to know. They want you to stay stuck on stupid. They want you to watch more John Wick so that you can be a fan, make him a superstar, and continue this chaos that we are experiencing now. So the plan is working.
In scripture, it made it clear that images are very important.
Yes.
And you know, you can make a God out of people. You can make God out of anything if you can create that image.
Yes.
You know, it was Adolf Hitler who made the statement in his book, Mein Kampf, about the big lie. He said that lying is a part of leadership of a dictator. He said that if you don't tell a lie, tell a big lie.
Oh.
And if you tell it right, and if you say it loud enough and long enough, everybody will soon believe it,
yep,
including yourself.
Yep. Yep.
Including yourself.
Yep.
And you the one made the lie up.
Right.
And so this is the programming, the images that are projected have a purpose.
Yeah.
They all have a consistent thing. Very little is the reality of God or the reality of people who have any kind of real spiritual discipline ever brought into any kind of heroic character. And that's not by accident. It's by
no, divine.
So-called heroes are people who are very flawed people and are not really representative of a good human character or personality themselves. And as a consequence, this is the example that we are given to follow and to emulate. And it's us where we are.
And we wonder why things are the way they are, because we have been introduced to this programming since childhood, and it just gets worse and worse. And you wonder why your children, your relatives do the things that they do, because they've been programmed to do it. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much, I didn't want to say it, so thank you for saying it.
Well, yeah. It's the truth. And people don't even respect knowledge. They don't even, it's a matter. Everything is a matter of opinion. You know, what they call alternative facts, alternative truth in the political world now. And we're in a very dangerous situation But I think if we really get serious and sincere in our quest for genuine understanding and spend as much time seeking understanding through sincere prayer and reading and study and activism, we can change this thing around tomorrow.
Right.
So the law, God, the Creator, has never been absent. It's just that we have been disconnected or willfully disconnected ourselves, following a programming that is designed to take us in the wrong direction.
Yes, sir.
Not strength, but wickedness. They want us to be so weak that wickedness is our ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm. And so far, it's been working, and I'm pretty sure it will continue to work long after we're gone, because this is nothing.
Oh no.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Don't think so.
I hope not.
I don't think so. Not long after we're gone. No, I don't think so. This situation is collapsing, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
A divided house can't stand. These are words of wisdom that have carried people and guided people throughout the ages. And where we are is so in contrast to the wisdom of the ages that it's just a matter of time before this thing has to be rebuilt all over again. And to rebuild it is to say that we are falling in the same patterns as the people of the past. We are at the rise and fall of nations is predictable. If you follow the same patterns of the people who fell 100 or 1,000 years ago, what do you think will happen to you? If you have the same kind of politics and social principles for governing social life, what do you think will happen to you if you follow the same thing that Rome did, that Greece did, the Greeks did, that Babylon did, that Sodom and Gomorrah did? If you follow those same patterns, what do you think will happen to you, homie?
Same thing that happened to you. Yeah.
It ain't complicated.
Right.
And repentance was the necessity for change, for survival. And it's the same thing now. We got to repent. We got to back up off this stuff, you know. We got to cut this stuff off until they put something on there that's going to be real. You ain't got to look at that, man. I mean, get out of the community like we do with the homeless. Do something that's going to benefit your spirit, your human spirit, and address the problems of other people who have been beaten down and demoralized to the point where they give up.
Yeah.
Pick up some of this trash in the community.
Hello.
So that's one of the things I want to commend Mayor Lightfoot for having done. She did make a genuine effort to clean up Chicago South Side and West Side a lot better. So
yeah,
we got to get involved. We got to get involved. We got to get serious. We got to get real.
Like they were,
the young people say.
Like they were talking about last night on Viada's show on Soul Purpose Healing. If you didn't go back and see, if you did go back, please go back and see it on Soul Purpose Healing. It's also on the Blog Talk platform as well. But I want to share. Viada said one of the things that she was doing and that we have begun doing as well, and that is when you see trash in your neighborhood, you just don't walk past it. Pick it up. Find find a garbage to put it in. You live in that community. You know, you can't talk about other people throwing things around and you throwing things around. Okay, so
we should demand that these businesses make sure they businesses are clean.
Right.
There's nowhere in the world businesses have trash all around that place.
Right. Also, I want to share when we come back. It's 8:03. We got to take our next break. Baba Kwame's Sunhorse sent me some information talking about some information you need to know. So you just stay close here. We're going to talk about, he sent me some information on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and we're going to talk about the eclipse too, so lunar eclipse. So just hold on. We'll be right back. Okay. Text somebody. Tell them to tune in.
Family, health, job, relationships. Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answer yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down to earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul. Whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, public support, promote your product or service, or just make extra money. To take advantage of the deal of the day, go to ZeldaSpeaks.com or call 212-409-6619. Mention promo code The Female Solution and get free shipping. That's ZeldaSpeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit ZeldaSpeaks.com. What happens when a group of people are kidnapped from their homes, smuggled away in chains, and held captive in a foreign land where they are tortured, raped, and forced to perform hard labor by the lash of a whip and under the constant threat of death? Slavery, the African American psychic trauma. What happened to the doctors, writers, scientists, builders, educators, and spiritual leaders from Africa's golden age? Who did they really capture and sell into slavery? Are all African Americans suffering from psychic trauma because of a conspiracy to hide their true identities? Do you have psychic trauma? Take the test on page 22 of the book and see. Order it online today at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. And get your personally autographed copy of this. Slavery, the African American Psychic Trauma. Everything you need, what your body needs, is found in nature. So Susan Essentials doesn't do it any other way. Susan Essentials provides your employees and individuals access to over 20,000 nutritional products, and they are shipped direct to your door. Because Susan Essentials is certified in plant-based healing, we're committed to offer you the best nutritional supplements on the planet. They're non-GMO and sustainably produced, and we take the guesswork out for you. Let Susan Essentials help you take control of your health today.
Grand Rising. And thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution and the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19 and 24/7 on our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV show. You can always just go to our website, higherlearningnetwork.org. What you see here on the screen is what the lunar eclipse and full moon in Scorpio, what that means to you. And that information will be included on my blog, ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. But right now, I'm going to go to the phones at 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak and tell us your name. I do believe that is Baba Kwame's son, Horace. It says Grand Rising. Do you know today is, and then on May 1st, 1865, something even more extraordinary happened. According to two reports, the blight found in the New York Tribune and the Charleston Courier, a crowd of 10,000 people, mostly freed slaves. Yeah, this will be on the blog too. With some white missionaries staged a parade around the racetrack 3,000 Black children carried bouquets of flowers and sang John Brown's body. Members of the famed 54th Massachusetts and other Black Union regiments were in attendance and performed double-time marches. Black ministers recited verses from the Bible. And he also has some information here about the frequently asked questions about the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where we just mentioned what Lionel Abdul Haqq of Community Cultivations is here with us today. And he talked about what is the cost of a Walk of Fame star ceremony. I'm trying to get all of this in here. At $75,000 after the selection. The money is used to pay for the installation, creation, and installation of the star, as well as maintenance of the Walk of Fame. Price subject to change. $75,000. Do you know how many homeless people that could help? Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. Let's take some calls, Lionel. Baba Kwame Sunhorse, your line is open. Grand Rising. Thank you for joining us this morning. Unmute yourself. Baba Kwame.
Yeah, I was muted. And thank us. Grand Rising and Assalamu Alaikum to my brother Lionel Haqq.
Lionel.
I'm hearing, and you're talking about Jerry Springer and the 70s when he came out, and how much we give to him and looked at that as, but we forget about on Channel 11 in Chicago, PBS, we had Tony Brown's Journal that was giving us our story. Then we had Soul to Soul that was giving us our story on PBS. And we're looking at raising up, degrading, and not honoring our own story. And these are the ways in which we have to look at, because as Lionel said, it's falling. But the other part, too, in repenting, we have to understand that the first penitentiary in this Turtle Island was in the city of Brotherly Love, formed by the Quakers, for the fact that a person that committed the crime was put in a cell, given a candle and a Bible, and he was told to repent.
Wow.
That's where the word penitentiary comes from. They made these cells to put people in for them to repent. Or, as we today say, that we have to rehabilitate.
Wow.
It's not a rehabilitation. Really, it's a process of what the 13th Amendment says, neither slavery nor indentured servitude, except if you are duly convicted of a crime. And crime was the word to use in order for them to perpetuate the existence of slavery that's happening right now today. Because most factories and manufacturers are moving inside the walls of penitentiaries where they can have 24/7 labor to produce their product. And
yes.
Have to have benefits and all the things that go with it. So you're looking at what you all are talking about is very important, because we have to choose which lie, because half truth is a whole lie.
All right.
And in the word truth is the word you. And it's what's in you, what he was speaking to in saying that the Creator, because when we pray from our heart, that means it's coming out of you. And Beata did the show talking about Bruce Lipton. And the thing is epigenetics. He came up, he coined that phrase that it was not him that created it. But it's in the genes, and understanding how to reprogram those genes, because you look at how many generations of genes of Jerry Springer is running around the streets of Chicago.
Hello. Yeah. It's a whole generation, as you said. They are here and they are doing whatever they want to do. And sometimes it's causing a little chaos. I don't even want to say sometimes. It's causing chaos, period. And that's what's happening. I have the how does the lunar eclipse play into that?
Well, what it does is that it's about change. It's because in that lunar eclipse, that means that the moon is covering the sun, and the solar eclipse is the sun covering the moon. And it happens on a full moon. And what we're looking at, we're in the era for the zodiac, what they call Taurus, in the sign of Taurus. The opposite sign of Taurus is Scorpio. And you have to look at Mercury's retrograde, and then Pluto goes retrograde today in this. So, no, on the 5th, it goes retrograde. And so that means is that these planets' energy are making things, the energy they're sending us is to look and go back and look at something we need to change in ourselves. And this is what you're talking about with this program, with the Jerry Springer mindset and the Forrest Gump. You know, and the thing about both of those two movies that two people you're talking about. Forrest Gump's best friend was who? A brother that saved him that was a stripper down there in Louisiana. And on John Wick, the guy that ran the hotel was a black man. He ran the neutral ground. You did not do killing inside of his hotel. We miss certain things because they put us in there as a way of seeing, but we're not looking at what the power is that person has in there as a black person.
What do you think about that, Lionel? Did I lose Lionel again? I saw his number. Lionel, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Because I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Excuse me, couldn't hear you at all. At all. I just asked if you had any comments on what Baba Kwame Sunhorse. Did I say Sunday? Kwame Sunhorse just shared with us.
Yeah, there are different aspects of the story. I mean, details, are not being completely, expanded on. But the concept is where I'm coming from, that the idea of degenerate behavior is what we see in the movies. And the contrast of that with the character of Forrest Gump has connections of universal respect, universal cooperation, universal feelings of camaraderie, human connections is what I saw a lot in the Forrest Gump story, and I don't see much of it in the Jerry Springer and John Wick characters. The contrast is that one is the old school way of doing things, the way people used to relate to each other, and the new school way of doing things that has taken over the social dynamic and the social interaction. When you take respect out, you kill the opportunity for cooperation. When you don't have people who genuinely care and what human life is really all about, expressing that care and using our intelligence to address problems that need to be addressed. That is what human life is, and we've been misled, bamboozled, run amok, and led astray.
Yes, we have. Hook, line, and...
But could I add to that with what he's saying about Forrest Gump?
Please
if
go.
you look at Forrest Gump in the movie, the part that we would look at him today and looking at the way we look at, he would be considered almost autistic. He just was able to function in society, but he wasn't, quote unquote, able to function in a way that people saw him as extra normal. But he was able to reason with his disability because of the way his mother guided him. He had a problem, but she was there to nurture that problem and gave him, life is like a box of chocolates. You won't know until you bite into one.
Right.
So there we go. The other one that was very powerful was that stupid is and stupid does.
Yes.
I mean, she had a bunch of those really, and she told him one of the things I think was important was that she said that you are no different, you are no worse than anybody else. You are the same as and no different than anybody else. And what most white kids is getting, and I wanted to read the whole thing, but most white children in this society, and most people, most of them in particular, are given this idea of being better, superior, privileged, and entitled.
Yeah.
The concept of white supremacy that is rooted in the image that has been portrayed of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, and the Son being a Caucasian, and the projection of the idea of superiority that is justified the dehumanization of other people, that they didn't see them as equal, and consequently as you could do all kind of terrible things to people who you don't see as being equal. You put yourself above someone else as saying that you are the very seed of God, then you can't help but treat them as less than you. And as a consequence, the Forrest Gump story challenged those ideas. She gave her son, a white boy, something different than what most white boys was getting. And as a consequence, it enabled him to cultivate the genuine equality or empathy and appreciation for what other people were going through. In terms of being a companion or someone who cared enough to want to help.
Right.
But also, we're looking at Jerry Springer died, Harold Belafonte. But, the thing that really gets it is that he's buried in Bowles right there in Chicago, in the Till. And the woman that confessed that she lied, died.
Yes.
All of that happened at the same time. It's important. It's important to recognize.
So that's when you asked about the Scorpio moon, it brings to light truth. Things that were hidden in the dark are now being revealed. And these are the energies that happen from above. And once we begin to understand, revenge is mine, saith the Lord, is what they put in their book. And this is what we have to understand. As long as we do from our heart His will, we will see, as my grandmother told me, when somebody does wrong to you, you're going to live long enough to see what happens to them.
Okay.
Well, that may come out to be true or not, but the point is there is going to be justice. And justice is not just in this world, but in the next. And what we have to really understand is the role that we play, the complexity, by going along with the program, we are actually feeding our own destruction. If we take our energy out, it will fall immediately. And if we taking our energy out is to say that we put it in a better place. We channel it in a different direction. We put it to where it should be in support of ideas and programs that will benefit ourselves as well as others, as opposed to Hollywood and the so-called stars.
Amen.
And that's an excellent point, because you said the energy, and that's what money is. My own natural energy. That's what life is. Life is really here. All life is energy. And the more you understand that it is the concentrated energy, the energy that is depth, that has depth and density, that has the most value, that where the real energy is. The so-called black hole of space, or sign that is not everything that you see materially is where the real power is. The power is not in what you see. The
power is in what you don't see. And you have to go deeper in your soul. Yet the processes of life are to take you deeper into your soul to connect with the reality of life, the reality of energy, the ultimate energy, the power that we call God, Allah, Yahweh. It is within and all around. And that connection is made through acts of worship, by exercising that spiritual life.
And that's very true, because the black hole in the Milky Way galaxy takes in light and gives off stars. The black hole on the planet Earth is the black woman who takes in light and gives off light. The woman it's not just the black woman. It's not just the black woman. Woman, man and woman have the same fundamental nature. And we've been disconnected from that. We've been misled, bamboozled, run amok and led astray from even cultivating those inner fundamental realities of what it is to be a man and a woman. And that is where we've been misled. And we have to get back into and black and white is part of the vision of black and white is part of the problem. The reality is we need to focus on what is our human reality and examine our human history to get the jewels of wisdom and guidance that we've gotten disconnected from. And you're very much correct. And I'm speaking as saying a black woman because I came out of a black woman.
But to continue to perpetuate the idea that this is just something that's particular to black women or white women or Chinese women. We need to get a bigger focus, a broader focus, because the divide and conquer began a long time ago. And we've been locked into a mindset of division. And we need to break out of that. That anything that's good for a black woman is good for a white woman. It's good for a Chinese woman. The idea of black and white concept is part of the division too. It's not our skin color that we have to focus on. It's what's on the inside that we have to cultivate.
All right now.
And he's very much correct. And the thing that I look at is right now I sit here in this forest and the sun is shining on every tree and everything has a shadow. And everything that is on that shadow on the earth is black.
And we have some comments from our viewing audience. Well, we'll type in what city or state you're calling from. I should say you're watching from, not calling from. Go to Viada's Tiny House Village. Grand Rising, Sister. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on The Female Solution. Got a couple of other comments here too. Auto 444. I have no idea. That's so small I can barely see it. It says, hello, how are you, my darling? Auto 444R. What country or what city or state are you contacting us from? Would love to know that. Oh, Viana Robinson says, bravo, bravo. It is 8:27. Let's get a couple of calls in here because the lines are lit up. 515-605-9325. Press 1. Baba Kwame, your line is still open, but we're going to take some other calls. Area code 773-977. You're live on the Female Solution Grand Rising. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry, my blog is up, so you all know where to go to get the information for the blog, ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. So that's why I pulled that up so you can see that. Go ahead, 773-977.
Well, good morning to all today. This is Lois here in Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, Lois.
Hi, glory be to God for all of us today. Brother Lionel, a couple of things I must say. I disagree when you say that the Lord like to do something for us, not for our community. And I also disagree when you said, someone said something
last Wednesday.
Oh, belated happy birthday!
And so what happens is that in my lifetime of these 74 years, I dated 2 scorpions. As a matter of fact, they both gave me a beautiful engagement ring. One I did almost marry, but I'll tell you, it was just a make-believe situation. I never married either one of them, but they were okay guys. But I couldn't see myself with them now that I'm older and I look back. No way. So I disagree with scorpions, and I told my daughter, she's a Taurus too, watch out for those scorpions. I mean, you can't get cuter than them. But anyway, I don't know if we all know about, I'm giving honest about Carly and all of you, especially the Lionel Haqq. You know, you have really impressed us. And I wonder if you remember when Amos and Andy first started, Kingfish and all those. I also, you know, in raising our children, you know, Harry Bell's auntie, I thought he left a legacy there for us to always remember. Sidney Poitier, and Raising in the Sun, you know, he left a legacy there that was really important and shows what families are all about today. So Jerry Springer and the rest of them, they're out there. I'm not going to say they're not respecting feelings, but they're making money. It's all about money. It's not about us. It's never been about us.
Never been about us.
All our politicians have, you know, shown us in the past years, all of them, we're not going to do anything for you people. We're going to keep calling you black. And we want to change your name from colored, Negro, or whatever to something else. And that's what it's going to be, Negro. So, you know, we are all God's people. We were made, you know, the idea of carrying the flowers, and we always spoke about that. Carrying the flowers. Can you imagine all of the people who lost their loved ones and mothers, their fathers, and they wanted to get together in the grass and have a picture of their loved one in front of them, hanging on the front of them, hanging on the back of them. You know, and then those who want to share and say something about their mother or father or loved one, how beautiful would that be? But anyway, thanks so much for this time. Amos and Andy really showed us, you know, we're going to let us get on TV. There was a time they didn't have a television. I don't know if you all remember that or not.
Of course we remember it.
There was only, and then when it came out, it was a black and white television. And we watched Bozo and Roy Rogers and Annie Oakley and everything, you know. They used to buy us guns when we were children, you know, with the little, they had a thing on it, buckled around and twirl it around your finger. Nowadays, it's all different. Everything is different. Our people are so educated, they don't even know nothing. People back there couldn't even read because they got us out of slavery.
Okay.
So respect the feelings of one another, you know, the universal respect that we must give to one another. I'm enjoying the show. Thank you so much for your time. And this is Lois.
Thank you so much for calling, Lois. A happy birthday again. Thank you for joining us this morning on The Female Solution and the Higher Learning Network TV show. It is 8:32. We have to take our last break here on Monday Morning Mindfulness, and I need you to remember to protect your intellectual property. What do you mean by that? Well, let's take a look at it and see exactly what I mean. This is something that was shared at the funeral of Miss Faye June DeShazo. That's Troi Tyler's mom, from my sister of the microphone. And this is what someone got up to say, and I just thought it was so profound. I just had to come home and make an inspirational conversation out of it. So this is what I heard, and I hope you will enjoy it too. Protecting your intellectual property.
prouder and satisfied.
And that is Marva Jolly Pitchford, who has made her transition, but she is still with us here in spirit. And but you can go back and see it on my YouTube channel at NSpirationalConversations.com. Okay, and we'll be right back after this message.
About finances, family, health, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answer yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down to earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul. Whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, publish a book, promote your product or service, or just make extra money. To take advantage of the deal of the day, go to ZeldaSpeaks.com or call 212-409-6619. Mention promo code The Female Solution and get free shipping. That's ZeldaSpeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit ZeldaSpeaks.com. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. We are a part of the online network of Associated Internet Radio hosts, On Air. On Air empowers you with transformative news and interactive radio TV shows. This is such a wonderful time to be alive and to see our human family coming together as one community as a result of that powerful tool, the internet. We can now talk directly to each other all over the world. There's no need for conflict or misunderstanding. There's no need for violence to solve our differences. We can talk to each other face to face until we reach an agreement. On Air offers a fantastic global guide to communicators from all over the world who are using their internet platforms to inspire us to strive to be our best selves in order to become the kind, compassionate, loving people we were all born to be. Once we do that, we'll see planet Earth transformed into a place of peace. Subscribe to the recommended YouTube channels, Facebook pages, and podcasts created by these Voices of Enlightenment. On Air provides daily news briefs and a weekly magazine to keep you abreast of events and opportunities. On Air news affiliates in television, radio, and print share information, insight, and interviews with notable personalities. Go to OnAirEverywhere.com for a daily dose of uplifting news. We're on air everywhere, online all the time.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution, our last 15-20 minutes together here. And we are discussing the difference. What does the late Jerry Springer and the movie Forrest Gump have in common? But before we do that, let me remind you, because I know some of you are waiting for the winners of the global virtual teen talent contest that we had this past Saturday, and that we always have every last Saturday of the month. And the next contest, global virtual teen talent contest, will be the last Saturday in May, which is May 27th. And we'll be celebrating the Memorial Day weekend, but we will also be celebrating our youth, because we're always talking about all the bad things that they do. So we want to celebrate the good things that they do. And if you'll take a look at the video that's here, you'll see some of the contestants, but you can see that on our YouTube page at Higher Learning TV show. Now, on Monday Morning Mindfulness is where we usually announce the winner, but you all make it so hard because you vote, and you can vote as many times as you want to, but you gotta vote again. So, because it's a tie, and I cannot tell you who the tie is because I don't want you to be, well, you will be partial, but you can vote again. You've got until midnight tonight. Send your votes to hlntvshow@gmail.com. And that way we can hopefully have a winner next week. There won't be a contest. Send it to hlntvshow@gmail.com. You can vote as many times as you want. You can also vote on our YouTube channels, Higher Learning TV Show, and Facebook, Higher Learning TV Show. And I do believe that is it. Yeah. So you go ahead and get that vote in because it is imperative that we get a winner. Yeah, we need a winner. Okay. So let's go to the phone lines and get some more calls before the show is over. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. And we're going to the phone lines, 312-671. What's your name, where you're calling from, and what's your question or comment as it relates to what does Jerry Springer and the movie Forrest Gump have in common? Hi, who's this? Where are you calling from?
Shalom and Assalamu alaikum. This is Minister Plump, Robert Floyd Plump from Chicago, Illinois.
Right, Mr. Minister Plump.
And Theo Donnie and others too. And how are you today, Sister Zelda?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Abdul. Oh, okay. All right. We win. I would like to reflect on the fact that Forrest Gump is real, and Jerry Springer is unreal. And I also would like to reflect on the world's greatest mayor, which is Chicago, sometimes is hell. He is hell.
Okay, let's
the reflection of the fact that I was very much disappointed in my people because they have been, and I agree with you, brother, led us astray and bamboozled too. Just to say that is to say that we're looking forward to the Hell Washington Foundation parade. And this is what God wants us to do, is to remember and get our flowers and give our flowers to those that respect you and love you and remind you of the world's greatest mayor, which is Father's Day coming up on June 18th. We love our mothers. We ain't going nowhere without the black woman. And then Mayor Washington was a World War II veteran, and I'm a Vietnam veteran. So for more information, I want you all to keep in touch with me, plumpfoundation.org, okay? And we can go from there so we can express ourselves and build ourselves in the order of God. In the real school is always education of thyself, know thyself, and be thyself.
Thank you so much for that. We greatly appreciate that, Minister Plump of Chicago. We've only got about 15 minutes left here, and Susan Essential says Grand Rising. So be sure and tune in tomorrow for self-care. Thank you for joining us this morning, my sister. As we wrap up this show, it is 8:44, and it has always been the thinking of the population. Is somebody driving or riding? I hear a lot of noise in the background. Do I need to mute somebody's mic? Anyway, as we continue this conversation, I love the fact, Lionel, that you point out that it's not about color, but it is about energy. And Baba Kwame, I really appreciate all the information that you send me, and that is going to be on my blog, ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. So be sure and go there after the show. There's some things up there now, but there will be more after the show, so you can take a look at that. Lionel, you still with me? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Well, I just think it's important for us to recognize, as the young people say, where we are and how we got here.
Mm-hmm.
And to understand that our cognitive processes, our thinking processes, our reasoning processes, which are very much needed in terms of conflict and division. The only way we're going to bridge these gaps is through reason and humane concern for the truth and what would be the best solution. And we need to bring people forward who really want to do that. It's not just, there are a lot of ways that we can discuss these issues, but understanding the role that mass media programming has had and continues to have, and is expanding as a result of the cell phone and AI technology, to influence people in ways that they have no idea that they're being manipulated. And you just cut the ties and get back in touch with who you are as a human being, to study, because the first words of the Holy Quran that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad was read in the name of God. And this is important. You got to have the knowledge that you bring into yourself. You have to ask God to guide you with that knowledge. You have to be sincere in your connection to the creator of the universe, the author of all that is. You have to be sincere in making your contact with that reality. And you have to study. It ain't going to come to you by osmosis. You have to really study, and you have to work as well as pray. To work as well as pray means that you got to do some good deeds that's going to cultivate your soul. You can't just take it in. You got to give too. Just like breathing, inhale and exhale. So this is what I encourage. And get involved. Cut off the cell phone, cut off the TV. Don't go to the movies until they start to change the kind of programming that we're getting.
You won't be going.
Read.
And you won't be going to the movies for a long time, because that's not going to stop until we make it stop. Until we, the people, decide that we are no longer going to accept what they're offering us. Like you said, till we turn off the TV, till we turn off the kind of shows that evoke not compassion, but the opposite of that, and that's to be judgmental.
Barbaric, antisocial, degenerate behavior. That's what they have created, and that's the programming. And if you feed it, it's going to have effect on you. If you feed on it, it's going to have an effect. That's going to be the energy that you're going to give off.
Right.
And we have to change. Read history. History is best suited to reward our endeavors. And to pray. If you pray and then read, you'll be guided. No doubt about it. Pray sincerely to the Creator and get up and go to work. Cultivate your soul, cultivate your community, cultivate your society with the ideas and the ideals that have sustained humanity since the beginning. And we'll be okay. We can turn this thing around tomorrow.
Yes, we can. It can be done. But we have to be the ones to do it, and we have to be serious about it. We cannot wait on them to give us something better than what we currently have. We have to make it. Talk about the content creators. Create.
They ain't suffering. have the power, they have the wealth, and they have the decision-making authority to continue what they've been doing. And we have to cut it off.
Yes, we do.
Obviously, they're not working in our best interest.
Right. Right.
We can see that.
Without a doubt.
So why are we continuing to support that?
Right.
That makes no sense.
Right. Makes no sense whatsoever. And we have the authority and the power to do something about it. So the question is, what will each and every one of us individually do? We can't wait on something outside of ourselves to make our situation better. That's not how it works. We have to step up to the podium.
They'll be better if we demand this.
Yeah.
I will concede nothing without demand, never have, never will.
Say that. Baba.
And we got to, we'll change if we change. We stop into what they're going to put out there on the table, then we'll put something else out there. And we can put something out there. That would be better.
Right.
Alternative programming.
And that's the kind of programming that we offer here on the Higher Learning Network and the Female Solution is alternative programming, something to encourage your spirituality, your humaneness, your humanity. When you walk by and see someone in need, you just don't turn your head, especially if it's a homeless person. The least if you can't give them a quarter or a cup of coffee, at least you can do is smile and say hi and acknowledge their presence. That's humanity. Because
the prisons and the situation, the way we're dealing with these problems right now is not working. It's not enough. It's better to see the person finished than to see them for one day. And we're not going to be able to emphasize a program or put forward a program to teach people what happened to them and how they can not only get out of it, but not avoid having it happen again. We need to understand what our human life is all about and to cultivate that among people. Prisons, Brother Kwame mentioned prisons, that is not working. We need to do something different. The idea of policing, controlling crime by fear of the consequences is not the way. We have to cultivate humanity, and people will act according to what they're programmed. And that's what they're doing now. And the programming that we give them needs to be in accordance with what our Creator intended. And the rest of the religion says very clearly that God, the Creator, is good and He wants goodness from us. And if that's basically it, then we ain't complicated. So we need to stop trying to do otherwise. And the only reason why we do otherwise is because we've been programmed suddenly. They don't just come out and say be a brother, but they encourage you in ways that make you think that being a brother is the way to go.
Lionel, do you have something over your? You sound muffled.
I'm sorry. I had the speakerphone on.
Oh yeah, that's not working because you sound muffled. Yeah, go ahead.
We can do much better if we turn off the programming that we've received that money is almighty. You can't believe that money is almighty. That's blasphemy. God is almighty.
You better say
Allah,
that.
Yahweh, however you understand it, but you need to try to get a better understanding and connection with our Creator. And I suggest you study all the religions and the history of all religions, and get a consensus, because there's no one that has everything. I believe, and what I've come to know is that they're like pieces to a puzzle. And the more you know the study the piece, then you know where that piece fits in to the big picture.
Amen. We got some comments here. Susan Essentials, our Tuesday host from Self-Cell Care, Jody Susan says, people are afraid. We live in fear. People are afraid to step up. You are right on target. Fear rules us. And that's how they do it with programming. Viata's Tiny Village House says, is that Chevrolet Chevalier is an excellent movie about a brilliant composer that's worth your time and money. She says maybe Lionel should do a movie review on the Chevalier. Thank you. I never even heard of that movie. Is it out? Where is it? Is it at the movies or is it online or where is it? I have no idea. But have you heard of that movie, Lionel?
I think it's on one of them streaming.
One of those streaming. Okay. Let us.
Something on one of those movies, one of them streaming lines that you get on your cell phone, on the TV, subscription thing.
Oh, okay. And Viana, maybe you can let us know exactly where that it is. It is 8:55. We close in about 2 minutes. Baba Kwame Sunhurst, you want to give us a closing thought? Baba Kwame Sunhurst, unmute yourself.
Yes. Yeah, I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
I think it's an excellent thing that you're bringing to attention that what we call media, or is the process of what they call entertainment, really is to enter and detain you.
Enter and detain.
Right, and this is what we're seeing happen in our community because, yeah, Chevalier, and they have positive movies in which we are privy to see, but we have to begin to create what we need to educate, not to miseducate.
Amen. You are right on target. And Deborah Smith, our third Saturday host, says we have to differentiate your entertainment and reality. Yes, because it's not reality. It's all entertainment. And they want us to believe that it's reality. It's all a farce. That's what Hollywood is. That's why they call it Hollyweird, because it's not the truth. So thank you so very much for spending your time with us today, Baba Kwame Sunhurst and Lionel Abdul Haqq of Community Cultivations. Please give us a closing thought, Lionel.
Well, Forrest Gump is a character that, according to the words of the director, represents the best of America, the best qualities in America. And I think if we could recognize those qualities and cultivate them more in people, by our example, not just by what we say, but by our example.
Lionel, that is so, excuse me for interrupting you, but that is so profound what you just said. It just bears repeating. Can you please repeat that again, the comparison between Forrest Gump and Jerry Springer? That's profound. They need to hear it again.
The character of Jerry Springer and the kind of show that we produce is degenerate. It's antisocial, and it is about bullying and conflict and name calling and behaving like worse than children. But the character of Forrest Gump's character, according to the director, represents the best that is good about America and needs to encourage him. And at the end of the movie, they were encouraging him to run for president.
Okay.
I thought that was important too.
Yeah. That was powerful.
He's done a lot of things that was good and set an example and become very famous as a person of historical value, and they've done a lot of good things. And they wanted him to run for president. So it's an idea that we need to have that kind of character in our leadership, and people who are not just going along with the program, but who follow an innate, natural instinct to do good and to cultivate the best in people.
I think that just pretty much says it all. And if people need to contact you, how would they do that?
I'm still on the phone situation. I prefer to talk. We can do text and all that stuff later, but I like talking to people. And
Thank you.
I just like to give out my phone number, 773-642-1453, and we can take it from there.
And his number will also be on my blog on ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. So if you have questions or comments, we would love to hear from you as we take a couple of last comments before we go. Viata, our Sunday night host on Soul Purpose Healing, and also Friday mornings health and well-being, has a comment here, and I'm trying to pull that up for you, and the computer is acting a little slow, so let me get rid of something. Oh, Deborah says Forrest had a good teacher. Yes, he did. Yeah, just like Ray Charles, you are absolutely right. And the Viata also says it's in the AMC theaters. Oh, okay. And Jody Susan says, unless you watch The Matrix, Matrix is reality. You got that right. Well, it is 8:59. The show is over at 9 a.m. I want to thank you so very much for, I got to zoom. Thank you so very much for being here with us. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time with Jody Susan, Susan Essential Self-Care.
Show today, but you can hear every show in the archive at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution.
It's a French word pronounced
You can also hear
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet Facebook page. Go to www.facebook.com/the-female-solution. Leave your comments about today's show. You can always reach me on my website at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. Watch our TV shows, listen to our radio shows, order our books, and be sure to get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussion. And to our global family listening from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, Shishi. India, Wonderful. Japan, Arigato. Korea, Kamsamnida. Russia, Spasiba. Germany, Danke. Poland, Dziękuję. France, Merci. Spain, Gracias. Italy, Gracias. Egypt, Shukran. Ghana, Madasi. Nigeria, Eshe. South Africa, Niabonga. Senegal, Geret. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. And may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
And be sure and go to my blog, ZeldaSpeaks.wordpress.com. All the updates will be there a little bit after my 9 o'clock Zoom, which I'm already late for, but that's okay. You know, they're just doing introductions. That's what they always do. And I do believe that's it. So be sure and go to the blog. But in the meantime, in between time, let me leave you with this information, because I want to thank you for forwarding and for liking us and friending us and all that good stuff too. Thank you. I appreciate you for watching and for sharing, because everybody needs to know this information. This is the kind of information that will make our planet a better place to be. What do you think about that? I think it will. So stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next Monday Morning Mindfulness. But I'll see you back here tomorrow, 7 till 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I won't, but Jody Susan will be here.
Are you stressed out?
Are you ready to learn some quick techniques on how to de-stress immediately? Then book your free 30-minute consultation with ZeldaSpeaks, the Mindfulness Stress Relief Coach, at higherlearningnetwork.org. Thanks for sharing. Love you on Windy City Live. Yes, we do. Tell us, how did all this happen? How did this come about?
Well, I play me. I play Val Warner in Chirac, which is really cool. So when people see this movie, they are literally seeing Val, and I am a reporter in the movie.
You talk about the violence, but what can we do personally?
I think we got to be engaged, and I think engaged in a number of things. In our block, in our home, in our neighborhood, we got to be engaged. We got to fight the issues. We got to fight a government that is abandoned, whole communities on the south and the west side. We got to fight a governor who's cut out every youth employment program, who's cut out violence prevention programs, who's abandoned our communities and the poor and the vulnerable. And I think we got to reach out to our brothers on the street and love them and respect them and help them, not just demonize them.
I'll just say like this. First of all, give you the history of coming to Chicago and telling my jokes as a young cat. I'm 37 now. I started about almost 15 years ago. Elroy taking me under his wing, let me do some jokes here and there for the radio stations and all that kind of stuff.
I learned that no matter what you do and how much of a genuine heart you have, and if you're coming from a good place, people are going to criticize if they don't agree with what you're doing.
Yo, what's up? It's your man Tony Schofield from 106.3 Chicago's R&B, and you are watching Men on Higher Learning. Now, I used to hang around with some men that was into some higher learning. It just wasn't that kind of higher learning, but I got myself together now, okay?
What is it that you do in your quiet time, in your meditation time, that allows you to bring us the films that you do?
I sit courtside in Madison Square Garden, world's most famous arena.
And you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
It's the higherlearningnetwork.org. That's the place to go to see all of the information that we have to offer. And Beata's Tiny House Village says, great show. Thank you. And thank you for hanging in there with us. We've always got some good information for you. Be sure and check out my new YouTube page, Inspirational Conversations. Share this with somebody, because everybody needs to be involved in a conversation that's inspirational. That's why we call it Inspirational Conversation. You remember back in the day with Troi Tyler, my girl Troi Tyler, and Sundance on WGCI? This is how we did it. So let me show this to you. And keep Jenny Fox in prayer. Keep healing. So please keep it in prayer. And this portion of the show is dedicated to the health and well-being, the healing, divine healing. Every day at noon, we say a prayer for you. Whoever that is in your life, say a prayer. I need you to
Queen Latifah, and you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
I'll just say like this. First of all, give you the history of coming to Chicago and telling my jokes as a young cat. I'm 37 now. I started about almost 15 years ago. Elroy taking me under his wing, let me do some jokes here and there for the radio stations and all that.
Divine healing for Jamie Foxx at 12 noon every day. Say just a quick little prayer. And get in nature. And thank you for being a part of the female community. Have a great day. And thanks for watching. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, stay tuned to your next Higher Learning Network TV show. Tuesdays at 6.